Hello everybody, I would like to once again welcome you, as I want to show off today some Delta V Rings of Saturn, an amazing little space miner simulator, emphasis on simulator. It's a simulator that I appreciate a lot. It's got a nice little, I've learned recently, a second person view perspective. Let me just get the game started. We are currently seeing my ship through the camera of a drone that you can customize and all that kind of stuff. This is technically called a second-person game because you're seeing your character through somebody else's view. We're currently going out here to mine some minerals. I haven't found my quarry yet, but we're going to be exploring for that. So let me talk a bit about what you're seeing on the game so you know what you're looking at. Here's my ship. There it is. This little indicator, here's the velocity, so I know where I'm traveling. Over here is a LiDAR. It's a radar that measures movement. So blue things are moving towards me, red things are moving away from me. You can customize everything, like everything can be customizable. It's amazing. For example, here I have my radar on 150% speed, so it can detect things a bit better, but it has a harder time giving me correct definitions of where things are and how big they are. That's neat. Over here we have our movement information, so velocity relative to the rings of Saturn, acceleration, bearing, orientation. Over here in the bottom left is my cargo hold. As we mine, we'll get more stuff in there. Over here, a remote scanner composition. Our drone can scan asteroids, and my geologist on board can tell me what's inside of the asteroids and how much it's worth. Over here, those are all my commands, all the things I'm using to move around. That kind of stuff. Over here is all the information on my ship's stuff, so propellant, Delta V, ammo, power. And one last screen you need to take a look at. This is my crew screen. I have 4 crew members on board, a mechanic to check the health of the ship. If in flight we take some damage, we can jerry-rig some of these parts to make sure they keep working properly while we make our way back to base. An astrogator lets us navigate long distances and look at a bird's eye view of the map. For example, here I can see somebody's drive making flares. If we were to head in that direction, we would probably encounter something, but it's kind of far away. Our geologist, we can set all the things that we want to. We can automate the identification process for minerals because this is a mining simulator, so we're gonna be mining. We can see my onboard computer, what is gonna identify. My drones, I have some drones. I didn't present the equipment on my ship, but that's gonna come later. And our pilot here. The pilot is used, first of all, if we get in a dangerous situation, you can slow down time with your pilot, depending on their skill level, and also you can call other people. Okay, here's my ship. Is the default ship you come with in the game. It has a couple of nice slots. Careful. What is that? Iron. No thank you. We're looking for some gold or beryllium, and if all else fail, some of the other less valuable minerals. My ship, it has a little... That's the cargo hold opening and closing. There we go. This thing here is that's a mining laser. It heats up the ice in the asteroids, so we can blow them up without having too much velocity differentials. Let me try something. There we go. Careful. Let's mine a bit. So as you can see, my laser doesn't usually appear unless there's dust in the space, and then you can actually see the laser. It's fine. It's gonna shoot forward, basically. It is pretty precise. I'm gonna mine a whole bunch of stuff and see what we have that's gonna be valuable. I only like to take big chunks. It saves me a bit of time. Of all the chunks we've mined so far, only this one is really valuable. It's made of palladium? Question mark. I know we have. Let me check my geologist. We have W is for gold, BE is for beryllium, water, iron, platinum, beryllium, and palladium. I'm not sure. We're gonna ignore iron. looking for gold and beryllium. And if we're lucky, we'll find them. Otherwise, we'll go for some of the other minerals. Here's my arm. I have an extended extendo arm. There we go. We're gonna have some cargo inside of our cargo hold. It's not that heavy, but as we get more and more cargo, we're going to lose delta V, which means that after a certain threshold, we need to go back home. Otherwise, it's gonna take forever to transit back. Right now, we have a 12-hour transit time. As time goes on, we have to pay the salaries and stuff. So even though we can hypothetically take a year to come back, there's gonna be a lot of money spent in salaries, and I don't have that much money saved up right now. Let's explore the rings while we look for. While we look for. Hey, pilot, more experience. Let's explore the rings while we look for another mining site. I like this game a lot. It has a lot of aspects that are currently under development. Ooh, one of the most important and lovely things I like about this game is that all the patch notes are written in universe. So for example, let's say, oh, we've got a software update for your drivers to avoid collision during astrogation, or we had to recount all the drones because they were exhibiting deviant behavior, or we had to issue a refund on all the people's guns because they had a standard deviation of 1 degree or something like that. It's really nice. All made in universe with in universe companies and all that stuff. And afterwards, you know, the patch notes they get to do like standard language. Let me go a bit faster. Right now I'm piloting the ship manually. There's also autopilot, like this. Autopilot is nice if you don't worry about piloting, but I think manual piloting is a bit more precise. Up. I'm not going too fast right now. We want to get deeper into the rings, find a layer that's going to be a bit thicker. The thicker the layer, the more it's going to be easy to mine, because it's possible for asteroid chunks to have a lot of velocity when you mine them. So if there's a whole bunch of asteroids all over you, it's going to stop the chunks from flying away into nothingness. Up. Let me slow down a bit. There we go. I'm going to use propellant until we have about 30,000 propellant in reserve. Once we get there, we'll have to stop looking for better mining sites. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's fine. That's just minor damage, presumably. Some of these, let me check. Some of these asteroids have some valuable minerals in them. Let me slow down a bit. They have a lot of beryllium, or whatever that V stands for. Think of this is valuable. Nah, not really. I only go for things that are over 5,000 monies in worth. Oh well. Did we take any damage? A bit of damage on the thrusters. But apart from that, it's fine. We're fine. Once we get back home, we'll be able to see the repair fees. A beryllium asteroid. Hey doggy, the dog is here. Also, it looks like we have 2 chunks in the cargo. I honestly thought we only had 1. Okay, bye doggy. There he goes. Let's go faster. We need to find our next place for mining. If I wanted to, I could have like a mining beacon with me. It would take one of my weapon slot, my equipment slots. But I could have like a mining beacon to mark any specifically rich areas in minerals. But I don't like. Oh wait, there's a bunch of ships. There's ships. Are you to change the white water to a race? No, I'm not geared up. Meet you in a week. I don't really have a racing ship. What's the S1? The SE1? That must be a racing beacon. Let me see if I can see. Yeah, that's a racing beacon right there. Yep. When you race, you're supposed to catch these beacons. Let's try and mine this asteroid. It's full of platinum and gold. And water. Mostly water. We don't pick up the water. Ahem. Give me a sec. We'll mine this someday. Nothing. We want things that are heavily concentrated with metals and not a lot of water. Because every ton of water we pick up is a ton of water that's basically a waste. Every ton of water we pick up is a ton of metal we didn't pick up. So we want to be somewhat efficient. Okay, this is more valuable. I have a bunch of nano drones right now that are going around slowing down all the chunks so they don't float away. Then we can pick them up. Slowly but surely. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Give me a sec. I did the maneuver wrong. There we go. There we go. If I'm not careful, it's possible for the cargo to come out of my cargo hold. Up. If we don't manage our velocity correctly. Or delta V. Rings of Saturn. Trademark. Oop. I wonder how I'm gonna manage to type the title. I don't know how to make a delta V with my keyboard. We'll see. You guys will be able to see the correct title. Up. So this is the basic gameplay loop. Obviously there's other stuff, you know, you can fight ships, you can be a pirate if you want to. You can race. You can explore. Lots of possibilities for exploration in this game. For example, I've seen a giant asteroid filled with radioactive crystals that were all really valuable. Unfortunately, they seem to be reactive with my thrusters, so as soon as I started using my big thruster inside the asteroid, it started a chain reaction which blew up my ship. Don't mention it. I'm kind of embarrassed about that point. That was a lot of money we just wasted. Thankfully, some of the crystals survived inside my cargo hold, but not much. Okie dokie. Let's see. We can keep mining. Let's try some of the other asteroids in this place. I don't really know what the correct terminology for these chunks of ice are. I go with asteroids, not comets. I know for sure that's not the correct word, but whatever. Oop. They probably mentioned it in game too, but I don't remember. Usually as you mine, or as you look around for mining spots, that's when you stumble upon weird things like pirates trying to attack you, or racing ships, or other mysterious happenings. We might even see some mysterious happenings today. We're just going to go for one run, just so you guys get a good idea of what a standard run looks like. Okay. Some platinum in that thing. Let me find some big, chunky boys. Nothing really. I think there's one down there. Let's see. Nothing. Oh, there's a big boy. A bit of gold and some platinum. That'll do me just fine. Let me try and use some autopilot. Nah, I'm not comfortable with autopilot. I'm not sure why. I'm more comfortable with manual piloting. Here's autopilot. I'm using it right now. Whoops. There we go. Can you just use the... Yeah. Careful. That was close. Wrong direction. Let's do a bit of mining so my drones can stop all the chunks from floating away. Okay. Right now I'm using autopilot to aim, because I can't really aim manually. That's a bit too hard for me. My current setup is make it so I can shoot my laser all continuously. Obviously you can have wrong or maladjusted setups where you don't have enough energy for both your thrusters and your lasers and other stuff. Other components. Anything really valuable? Only one chunk was really good. Maybe two. Maybe three. Let's go pick him up. Up. Let's go. So we're currently in some kind of... I'm not sure if it's an expanse style future. People are using fusion reactors for sure. Fusion drives to move around. Or is it fission? It might just be fission powered places. I don't remember. Nuclear. Actually, I don't actually know a lot of stuff about the outer workings of the solar system. Only how this place works. It's a giant... Basically, we're just part of a giant mining machine in the rings of Saturn. We don't have like an intergalactic war to fight or anything. Whoop. Though there is some kind of disruptions and fighting going on. Okay, careful. We need the correct alignment. There we go. Let's move on to the next big chunky boy. How about these boys down there? The closer I leave my my drone to scan an asteroid, the more precise the readings. Ooh, beryllium, iron, gold. Okay, these are not precise readings. There's platinum and a bunch of other stuff. We're getting mighty close to starting to lose... Oh wait, there's something on my... Hello? Oh, there's a pirate in the area. And a destroyed ship. They're 2,000, 3,000 meters away. Actually, they know me because I might have shot down 1 or 2 pirates. But right now in my mining laser, even though I could do some damage, it's not optimal for combat. Let me do quickly a bit of mining and then we're gonna get out of here. If we're lucky, we can maybe try and grab a ship with my claw and bring it back to the station. That's a lot of money. A lot of money, potentially, right there. Yep. Also, if all my computers sometimes give out the wrong readings or blank lines, that's because my computer has suffered some minor damage over the time we've been using this ship. So the minor damage, sometimes it messes with the computer readings, like making reading scrambles or messing with the appearance of some stuff. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry. I don't think there's... Well, there are AIs in this game, but I haven't found any sentient ones or dangerous ones yet, I think. I'm pretty sure. Let me just get these 2 last chunks and we're gonna go back home. So you guys get to see the amazing customization system this game has. Okay, give me a sec. I need to get the correct alignment so we don't lose all of our cargo. There we go. And this guy over there. Let's get him. There we go. Okay, let's go back home. We have a 21-hour transit time. That's pretty bad. But it's not the worst. Ensalada Prime. Enchiladas. Enchilada. I'm not sure. I don't really care either. Let's go home. Okay, we gotta get some distance from the obstacles around here. Thankfully, because my radar is not fast enough. I might have slow radar. Because my radar is not fast enough. Whenever this thing leaves the radar grid. Oh boy. Whenever this thing leaves the radar grid. Match velocity trajectory. It's matched. It's matched. Hello? 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 How precise do we have to be? Hello? Match velocity to trajectory. Do it. Come on, autopilot. Do my job for me, please. That's the velocity. It was really tight. And off we go. My astrogators list displays the amount of time that your crew can trace a location. Refresh this timer by revisiting the site. And the higher the skill of the astrogator, the more time we have to revisit the location before we lose it. Okay, we made 100,000 monies. That's all right. Not the best, not the worst. 100,000 enchilada bucks. I don't remember what the currency is. Any repair fees? We are insured for 38,000 monies. Let's fix this thruster. It'll take 4 hours to maintenance it. That's alright. We have 16 hours of maintenance. Okay. So we have this. Let's look at the options we have. So we have over here the stock market for minerals. If you want to bet or store some of your minerals to sell for a later date when they are more valuable. Here are the services, a bunch of hotels and other things like insurance. Every dollar in insurance is $2 in repair costs, fees. Tuning, my favorite screen. Here we get to tune all of the stuff. So we can tune the thrust of my engine. Low thrust means it's more efficient, but slower. Thrusters, same thing. Mining laser. The more power you have, the more damage it's going to deal, causing more damage to targets. So high powered, more damage. Low power, low damage, but it means that ores are going to have a low velocity when they get mined out. Tug drones, they're there. Maximum range, minimum range. Here's my ship's autopilot markers on manual control. Display brightness. My computer. My scanner for my cargo hold. It determines how the microseismic scanner focus is. Where do you focus your scanner in your cargo hold? You can put it all the way down at the bottom. So I'm only scanning this part. I can put it at the top. I'm only scanning this part, but it's gonna be really accurate scans. Or I can put it over here. All the hold. They're gonna be less accurate, but they're gonna have the entire hold. Autopilot, all the stuff for autopilot. LiDAR. I have a slow LiDAR, not a fast one. It's slower, so it gives me more accurate readings. For example, here's the slowest, the accuratest readings. Here's the fastest. It's hard to make out what you're looking at, isn't it? Up, up, up. It's getting more and more accurate. If you're going for a high-speed racer, I suggest having a high speed of sensor sweeps. And here's the temperature of our nuclear reactor. The higher the temperature, the more risk you're taking, but the more power you make, right? Higher temperatures result in better thermal and electrical performance at the risk of causing damage. Jam rods can cause more severe fluctuations. So whenever we accelerate with lots of G's, it can jam the rods on the reactor, making things fluctuate. Okay, equipment. That's where we buy all of our equipment. Depending on the ship, you have different hard points. Speaking of ships, here's the ship dealer. So for comparison, a medium-sized ship like this one here, that's $2.5 million dues. So that's kind of expensive. Here's the fleet. I got some salvage ships. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with them, but they're there. And crew. Here's my crew. I pay $57,000 in salaries per week, right? It's either per week or per 2 weeks, so it's not nothing. You know, the $100,000 we made, we're gonna be spending most of that on repair fees and salaries. I didn't have that good of a dive, but it would be even worse if I came back with nothing. Anyway, that was Delta V, Rings of Saturn. Highly recommend. It's amazing. I love it. Good simulator, good game. Okay, bye. Bye.